Sheikh, it is seen historically money should be based on physical assets, be it coin, paper money, gold, silver, or we can say exchange of goods. I would like to know what are the crypto assets and what are the views of scholars on it?
No, sure. You're absolutely right. I mean, the kind of understanding that we've had previously is money, currency has to have physical nature. And really the whole discussion on what is money in Islam, what is currency in Islam, is actually a very lengthy discussion. It's a very vital and pertinent discussion because many assume that gold is the currency of Islam, which is not true. Gold is not the currency of Islam, but gold was used as a currency. Reason being is because of its properties. Gold in and of itself, doesn't have to be the currency, but it's the properties of gold which make gold really appealing as a currency, and that's why it was used as a currency for thousands of years. And it's the properties. Wherever we can find those properties, that new item can be a means of payment, because money or currency is just that. It's a medium of exchange. It's all about transferring value. And so when we talk about cryptocurrencies is probably not the right term to use, because cryptocurrencies in the industry anyway is a subset of the word crypto assets. Crypto assets is, you could say, the umbrella term, and it's more commonly used nowadays to refer to all the different types of cryptos that are out there, because there are many forms of cryptos with different utility. So if we say crypto assets is the umbrella term, cryptocurrencies is a type of crypto asset. So when we talk about crypto assets, what are we talking about? Crypto assets is simply a digital representation of value. That's what it is. Crypto assets are a digital representation of value that uses cryptographic techniques to transfer, to work, to function. Simple as that. So crypto assets is all about using cryptographic techniques to transfer value or transfer something or to record something. And so if we have, for example, a database and I want to represent that I own £1 on that database, my crypto can represent that value, and I can send that value to you on this database. And if this database now is called blockchain, then I'll be transferring my value or my input of 1 to you, my unit to you. That's what crypto assets are, really. And as I said, they can represent many things. Crypto assets are not just about money. Crypto assets can represent money on this digital space. They can represent assets in this digital space. They can represent title deeds. For example, one of our founder, Brother Muhammad Zia, Allah reward him, he mentioned about himself as an example that he's aware of how title deeds are being issued on the blockchain. So somebody can have record and have evidence on the blockchain of their ownership of something. So that now title deeds was a piece of paper traditionally, but now it's become a digital token. It's become a digitized paper, which is now on the blockchain. It's immutable. Nobody can change that. Everybody can see it. So nobody can mess around with his ownership. Nobody can manipulate the data there. And that's the beauty of it. So it's very secure. So crypto assets can represent assets, right? Where crypto assets can represent commodities. It can represent securities and investments. Crypto assets can represent services and utility. They can be a ticket to access things. So there's many types of crypto assets. So when it comes to scholarly opinion on crypto assets, as most people can appreciate, it's a completely new area. So many scholars have been researching, writing, and alhamdulillah, I was very fortunate in the sense that when I was doing my master's program in Islamic finance and banking in the UK, my dissertation was on crypto assets. And that's, I think it's from that time, from 2016, when Bitcoin was really booming. The Bitcoin price was beginning to inflate. And so I just happened, because of Allah's will, I happened to be there at that time from Allah's Allah's planning. and my dissertation was on Bitcoin at the time. And that really allowed me to see the views and research Bitcoin much more and understand this whole area, because I could dedicate months and months on this as part of my thesis. And scholars have differed in cryptocurrencies. And again, it's because it's a new area, it's a new discussion, it's a new issue. And if we were to categorize the opinions, we could say there's 3 opinions among scholars broadly. And it's perfectly fine because it's a form of ijtihad. Because cryptocurrencies and new, scholars will differ. But this shouldn't be a means of confusing yourselves. Rather, you should follow any scholar you refer to, you generally refer to, you have trust in their knowledge, you ask them and take their opinion. It's no problem. But it's perfectly fine to have an alternative opinion, because the issue is new. It's going to have multiple opinions. So if we were to outline the different views, we could say the first view is that crypto assets are not Sharia compliant at all. But the reason these scholars say, then there's some scholars who are of this view, they say that crypto assets are things which are not recognized as property in Islam. It's nothing, they just, it's just something digital. It has no value whatsoever. Meaning from an Islamic perspective, it's not recognized as something which is existing. Okay, that's their view. They are the view that really there's no entity there. It's almost gambling. You're just playing around with numbers. And that's the view of some scholars, and therefore they say Bitcoin is not Sharia compliant. This view has been seen in potentially scholars from India in the subcontinent. Other scholars have refrained from issuing an opinion. And so these, you could say probably in the subcontinent area, this kind of opinion is prevalent, where they say that crypto assets are not recognized as anything whatsoever. The second opinion of crypto assets is that crypto assets do exist. They are something. It is recorded. It is retrievable. A person can own them, but they can never be used as a currency. They can be used to store data, or they can be used to transfer certificates or tokenize assets, but they cannot be used as currency. Currency can only be issued by a government or an authority. Currency cannot be digitized in this manner in a loose space, which is privatized or decentralized and completely cryptographic. It cannot be. The role of currency is far greater than this. So this is the second view. The third view of scholars is that cryptocurrencies or crypto assets can be used for anything and everything, including currencies. Meaning that those scholars who are of the third view, they say you can get a cryptocurrency to develop a new currency. You don't need an authority or a government to tell you what's a currency. You can transfer value amongst people in a network even without the government authority. And of course, this is depending on where people are, contextual realities, challenges, and the regulatory environment. So that's why you could say these are like the 3 key areas. Majority of scholars, I would say, or what I've noticed now anyway, if they are somewhere between 2 and 3, where they are accepting that cryptocurrencies and crypto assets are a reality. They can be traded. They are being traded. But can they work independently? Can they function? Is there a risk? Is there a governance risk? Is there a Sharia risk? Is there a regulatory risk? These are the questions now that the Islamic fintech industry is having and regulators are having. And I think when the regulators come to a position, that will really shape the industry and will have a much clearer position. As many of you might be aware, many governments are now talking about using crypto as a form of currency. The idea is being discussed and reviewed. So definitely it's something which we will see much more movement on in the near future.
Islamic finance learning made simple and memorable.